I have been to the US Embassy 4 times. I got denied the first time, I got denied the second time, I got the visa the third time, and I got the visa the fourth time. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Ayokunle. Today we are going to discuss about reasons why you may get denied the US visa, the common mistakes people make when they apply for the US visa, how to drastically and realistically improve your chances of getting the US visa. So let me quickly give you guys my own story about when I applied for the US visa. The very first time I applied for the US visa, I applied for the F-1 visa and I got admission into an undergraduate program in the US. I was really excited about it. I had no clue about how difficult it is to get the US visa. I thought because I got the admission, I could just walk into the US Embassy, go there and show my documents and get the US visa. No, I got denied outrightly. It was a very quick decision. I was unable to prove to the consular officer that I have the financial capability to be able to fund my studies in the US. So I remember vividly, despite the fact that it's been a very long time now, I remember when the consular officer said, "Who is your sponsor?" And I literally said, "Oh, my parents." And the consular said, "Let me see your bank statement." The consular made a very funny statement that day. She said, "You are going to end up eating popcorn every evening with this kind of bank statement." I can't forget that statement today. I got desperate. I went back again after 2 weeks for another interview. It was so quick. They denied me outrightly. So I'm going to tell you guys 3 key reasons why you can get denied and how to actually better prepared for the next interview. Actually, more than 90% of people that apply for the US visa don't have the intention of going back to their country when they are done with what they wanted to do in the US. And that is the reason why visa officers are actually trained in a particular way to be able to put applicants into 2 boxes: approver and denier. Section 214B says that every applicant is assumed to have immigration intent unless they are able to prove to visa officers that they don't. So this section 214B is the template that all visa officers use when they grant interview to applicants. So you turning up to the visa officer, you are assumed to be a potential immigrant or a potential applicant that has immigrant intent. So definitely they are not looking at you like someone who potentially, oh, this person has a good intention. No, you are assumed to have immigrant intent. So it now depends on how you can actually prove to the visa officer that you don't have immigrant intent. You have the intention of going back to your country when you are done studying or when you are done visiting. So when you turn up for visa interview, US visa interview, regardless either student visa or visitors visa, whatever type of visa, you are at serious disadvantage already. You are assumed to be on the left side. That is denier more than approval. You are going to remove yourself from the box of denier to approval by proving to them that you are a genuine applicant. And I think I said it at the beginning of the video that I applied for the US visa 4 times. The first time I got denied. The reason why I got denied was so easy, like it was easy for me to actually figure out. The main reason why I got denied was proof of fund. This is a lesson to everyone out there. So you must make sure you have a very solid document to prove that you are able to fund your studies or you are able to fund your trip if you're a visitor. And I can remember vividly when the consular officer said, "With this bank statement of mine, I will end up eating popcorn every evening for 4 years in the US." I can't forget that statement, So she said, "I'm so sorry, young man. It's denial for today. Come back next time and reapply." I was so devastated. And because I was so young and very naive at that time, I went back immediately that same day to reapply for the visa. I came back after 2 weeks for my appointment, and it was a quick deny again. The interview was actually less than 3 minutes. The visa officer could easily figure out that I was recently interviewed. He asked me that what has changed between now and 2 weeks ago. I have just 2 weeks, and it wasn't enough to actually prove anything. So I got denied again. And I went back. I worked on myself. It took me some couple of years, actually. After some couple of years, I went back to my own business, and I decided to be studying in Nigeria for some couple of years before I left to study medicine in Europe. So, and in my third year of medical school, I applied for the US visa again. It was successful this time. So I'm going to give you guys 3 main reasons why you may be granted or denied a visa, a US visa. The first reason is information contradiction or error while applying for the US visa. That is, when filling your DS-160 form, what if you have any contradicting information? For example, there's a box there where they ask about your sponsor. So you may choose to put self-sponsor, sponsored by parent, relative, uncle, whoever your sponsor is. There are some applicants, they put self-sponsor, but during their interview, they are showing bank statements of parent or cousin or uncle. It's so contradicting. And that was the mistake I actually made in my first interview. In my first interview, they asked me about sponsor. Like on this DS-160 form, I wrote parents as sponsor. But when I turned up for the interview, I brought 2 different bank statements. One for my parent, one bank statement of my dad, and the other bank statement of uncle, because I was told that the minimum bank statement you should take for a student visa interview is $26,000, and my dad's bank statement was not up to $26,000. So I took the bank statement of my dad and that of my uncle. I put everything together to make it $26,000, and it's a little bit contradictory because in my DS-160 form I put father, like parent, literally, like only parents. I should have put maybe parent and uncle, which is actually not even advisable. So the main problem was contradicting informations and also problem with proof of funds. So you have to make sure the information you fill in your DS-160 form is the same thing you say or you prove, like you present at the interview to the visa officer. So you must make sure your DS-160 form is accurate, is not contradictory, and is error-free. So this particular point is the deciding factor. It will decide if you'll be given the US visa or not. Absolutely. And this point is called ties. Ties means, do you have anything concrete, anything solid, anything convincing that will prove to the visa officer that you are going back to your country? That is the deciding factor. If you are able to convince the visa officer that you are going back to your country, you have a very, very solid tie back in your home country. Honestly speaking, your chance of getting the visa is through the roof. Honestly, it's about 90% certain that you are going to get the visa if you are able to prove the tie. So talking about ties, in reference to when I applied for my third visa interview, when I applied for my third appointment, the main difference between the second appointment of my second appointment and the third one was tie. And so when I applied for the first and second one, I wasn't doing anything at all. I left high school. I wasn't even enrolled in any college in Nigeria. I literally just wanted to leave the country and go to the US and study. So there wasn't actually a convincing tie. I don't want to say I had no life in my country, but actually that is what it is. Tie means, do you have life? Do you have something that will tie you down, something that will attract you back, that will take you back to your country at some point? or when you are done studying or when you are done visiting. So the third time I applied for the US visa, this time around I didn't apply as a student, I applied as a visitor. I actually applied for B1, B2 visa. And talking about ties, I was already a third year medical student in medical school in Europe. So I went back to Nigeria, to Lagos, to apply for the US visa, visitors visa. And it was, honestly, it was nothing like my first two appointments. It was relatively easy. I wasn't tense. I went there with confidence because even if they don't give me, I'll go back to my medical school, and just spend my holiday in Europe. So I had nothing to lose this time around. And that is the key. If you're able to, if the visa officer sees you and they realize actually you have nothing to lose, even if you get denied, you have a very, very solid base. You have a tie, you have something you are doing, you have a life. They will have no reason to deny you this time. And that is the key. So you must be able to prove to them that you have a very solid tie back home or wherever you are. The visa officer will be convinced about granting you the visa. So my interview was relatively very, very quick. He could actually see it on the screen. He said, "Oh, you're a medical student." I said, "Yes." "Where are you studying?" I told the visa officer, "I'm studying in Europe. I'm a third year medical student." He was so convinced. I said, "Okay, what do you want to go and do in the US?" I said, "Literally, I just want to have fun. I want to go there for holiday. I'm a tourist. I want to go there as a tourist." And the visa officer, "Okay, all right. And you're a medical student. What do you want to specialize in?" At that time, I actually had no clue about what I actually want to specialize in medicine. So I just called. I remember I said oncology, that I want to be an oncologist. And I said, "Oh, really? Okay." And literally he said, "Come back on Thursday and pick up your visa." It was so easy. So tie is so significant when you are applying for US visa. So finally, I'm going to talk about travel purpose. You must be able to present to the visa officer the main reason why you are traveling. That is, you actually know, show him you actually know what you're doing. Like if you're a student, if you're applying for F-1 visa, make sure all your documents are intact. Travel purpose, proof of fund, the appropriate credentials, everything is intact. So when they're asking you a question, you're able to, tell them what they're asking you for. So when he or she is asking question about your purpose or whatever you want to go and do there, if you're a tourist, you're able to tell them, "This is where I'm going to, these are my plans, and this is how long I want to stay there." If you are a student, you are able to present your proof of fund. You are able to, show your credentials, and the university, you have information about the university you are going to. And also for people that have been denied before, actually it's not the end of the world. Like, look at my own story. I got denied twice before I went back to I took a step back and work on myself, find out the reason why I was denied. I worked on these 3 points, especially the second point, which is tie. And it's not the end of the world. Take your time. Don't rush back to get appointment like I did. I literally went back immediately for interview, and I got knocked back immediately as well. So make sure if you've been denied before, take a step back, relax yourself, find out the reason why you're denied. If you still need time to get your documents, to get complete documents, you take your time about that. If you don't have a solid tie or you don't have anything you're doing, you just really want to go, honestly, it's better for you not to even go there, because your chance of getting denied is high. So make sure you have a very solid base. Make sure you have a life. Like if you're in school, maybe don't apply in your first year, because obviously you can afford to give it up and travel. You should apply maybe midway through your program, so they know you can't afford to forfeit your program because you want to leave. Like for example, I was in third year medical school back then in Europe. I've spent so much, I've invested a lot of money in medical school, so they realize that's a very, very strong tie. So make sure you have a very good tie and don't just rush back because you're desperate. No. So make sure you have a very good tie and contact people that have actually done it as well. and find out information before you reapply again. And I wish you all the best about it. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Please subscribe. If you're watching this video, please do help us. The only way you can support this channel is by subscribing. Please do subscribe, hit the like button, and share this to your friends who have the desire to apply for the US visa anytime soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys again in the next one.